Happy Monday to everyone. We are doing a video on Passion Week, and today's video is on Monday, what happened the Monday after Palm Sunday. And so we're going to get started with this video. So we're doing a series on Passion Week. It is what happened day to day up to the crucifixion on Friday and leading us into the resurrection on Sunday. So today's lesson is on Monday. If you would flip with me to the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 41. And the continuation of the story goes like this, verse 41. When he drew near and saw the city, he wept over it, saying, would that you, even you, had known on this day the things that make for peace, but now they are hidden from your eyes. For the days will come upon you when your enemies will set up a barricade around you and surround you and hem you in on every side, and tear you down to the ground, you and your children within you. And they will not leave one stone upon another in you, because you did not know the time of your visitation. At this point in the story, Jesus started to cry over his people, because he knew what was going to happen. His people would reject him. And because of this rejection, he knew there would be a day when his people and Jerusalem would be in ruins. As a matter of fact, the Roman soldiers in 70 AD would come into the city, and they would literally destroy Jerusalem. And so Jesus was weeping over this. And the story continues as he enters the temple. In verse 45 it says, and he entered the temple and began to drive out those who sold, saying to them, it is written, my house shall be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves, robbers. And as he was teaching daily in the temple, the chief priests and scribes and the principal men of the people were seeking to destroy him. But they did not find anything they could do, for all the people were hanging on to his words. Now, first look, if we look at the story, we see Jesus going into the temple. And the temple was set up to worship God, And what you saw in the temple were people selling things. They were selling specific things. If we look at closer to the story, you have parallel accounts in the book of Mark, chapter 11, verses 15 through 18, as well as Matthew 21, verse 12. And I'm going to read that for you guys. Matthew 21, verse 12 through 13. I'm going to show you why Jesus was super angry. And so look at those parallel accounts later on when you read them. But I'm going to read Matthew 21, 12. It says, and Jesus entered the temple and drove out all who sold and bought in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. He said to them, it is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers. What is significant about this? Well, if somebody was selling pigeons inside of the temple, pigeons were being sold to people. And so what's wrong with that? The problem is, in the book of Leviticus, there was a law put into place by God himself. And that law in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 7, said that if people could not afford a lamb, that they could sacrifice for sin offering a turtle dove or 2 pigeons. So what is the significance of this? The significance of this is that they were selling to the poor. In other words, they were taking advantage of poor people. And Jesus was angry because everyone had the right to sacrifice to God. Everybody had the right to offer to God. Everybody had the right to worship God. And these people were selling and taking advantage of the poor, who in their hearts just wanted to worship God. And so of course Jesus was mad. Of course he would flip the tables. How dare they take advantage of these people? And so we know that they were taking advantage of the poor, and there was money changers exchanging money. So this story in the week of Passion Week, it's the second time Jesus would cleanse the temple. This is the second and last time. So, and we know the sellers were taking advantage of the poor instead of helping the poor. And these people, they were using God's temple to make money, not to serve God. And so Jesus quotes and refers to Jeremiah 7:11 when he says, Has this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, I myself have seen it, declares the Lord. This was Jesus prophesying that he would be the one to actually physically witness this. And so read that in Jeremiah 7:11. It's a magnificent piece describing what Jesus was seeing. So how does this apply for us today? What's a remembrance? Not only that Jesus come to us in peace for Palm Sunday, but if you look at the accounts, he came for us who are poor in spirit. He came for us who are wretched and broken, and every single one of us, because knowing that we were poor in our trespasses, we were dead in our trespasses, should find our riches in Christ Jesus. And so today, you and me, we should worship God and only him. Keep him first in our lives. If you're a believer of Jesus, you are his temple and he dwells in you. He has cleansed you. He has washed you. He has saved you. He has filled you. So make sure we are treating people the way Jesus treated us, with grace. With grace. So this is what happened Monday. And our next video on Passion Week will be out for Tuesday's lesson. I hope this encourages you, and I hope this has helped you. And I hope you guys be blessed today. Happy Monday.